So Crosscurrent is a really exciting program to help the young professionals, the recent graduates from IFES movements, to grow in maturity as they seek to become ambassadors of Christ in the working world. We think this is really important. The workplace is one of the main mission fields that you'll find yourself in as a graduate, as somebody starting working life, but also the professions that you follow are great ways to bring Christian values into society.
So some of this is very practical. You know, how do you deal with a difficult client? What do you actually, when you cross-examine someone, you have to accuse them of lying. How do you do that in a Christian way? When in fact you may not think the person's lying at all, but your job is to put to the person that in fact maybe they aren't telling the truth.
How do we give glory to God when actually politics, often, you know, you're trying to win the argument, you're trying to convince someone of your policy, you're trying to win an election. So how do we do all of that and yet somehow give the glory to God?
One practical example of a difference that cross-current thinking has made to my workplace is looking at some of the research in terms of ethical investing.
The issues that concern our societies are international, so we need to talk to each other, we need to relate to each other, and if that applies to politics and society and economics, then it should also apply to those who believe that the Bible has something to say.
It's been such a pleasure, especially for me coming from such a small country with very few believers and out of a church where there's around 20 people and few Christian teachers. So just being in the same room with Christian teachers sharing experiences has been very beneficial for me.
We want to see the emerging generation of IFES graduates grow into young professionals living as effective ambassadors of Christ in their workplaces, their societies, and their nations, for the glory of God.